Alright, it's William here, and I want to talk about 3 products from IQ Multimedia. They sent me one for free to review, and the others I already had because I'm working on a rock project, a music album that I'm working on. And this is the Moto Drum, the Modo bass, which has a very nice bass sound. We enlarge this a bit. Okay. And then the compressor that they sent me to check it out. So, okay, let's start with the Moto Drum, because this one is really good. It has some really nice options for customizing the drum set. So if I go here in Grooves and select something. And the great thing about it is that I can drag and drop here on my Persona Studio One, and there it is now. So to make changes, I can make changes. So it's really easy to use. I was very impressed with the drag and drop feature. And another thing is the customizable sets. So let me play something again here. Okay, so this is just to get an idea. Let me show something else here. So I can select one object in here and change the type of snare if I want. So this gives me a lot of options, especially if I go to the mixer option here. So having my mixer snare, I can select it to output multiple outputs to the Studio One, or I can just go here and add something that I want. Like let's say I want plate reverb just on the snare. Let me remove the crash. And let me just edit the plate reverb. So you can see that there is a lot of options just on the Moto Drum. Oops. I'm just click on the mouse. So that's my bass. But what I want to do now, let's get rid of the plate sound. Okay. And let's play again. And let's try to compress a bit this drum. So, here we go. Oh, this is the default one. And as always, you have to... Let me mute this. You have to always be careful with audio levels when you are trying some effect like a compressor. Because what happens is louder is always best to the ears. So your brain is going to think, oh, it's louder, it's best, it's better. And the plugin is doing nothing, it's just making it louder. So I always have to check that when you're doing A and B comparisons between, let's say, on and off, just so you have the same audio level. Okay, now this is interesting. If you put some headphones or a good set of monitors, you can hear what the compressor is doing. It's giving more decay to the snare, or less decay, I would say. It's kind of holding the end of the snare sound. So let me try to adjust the attack and the release. Whoa. And one feature of this particular compressor is that you have the optical button here, which is just a macro to set the attack and release to a certain values, in this case 10 and 0. And if you check the manual, it's just a macro. It's not doing anything else than adjusting the attack and the release. Now we start getting a bit of saturation with some distortion effect, because I'm pushing the input up and making it compress more. And what you can do here is directly on the compressor itself is to add a sine chain from the low bass, the low bass actually, because you can make this duck as the kick enters. So let's say you are adding this to the master output and you can't separate the tracks. You can do this directly from the compressor. So you just set the frequency of the low band and the high band using the low pass, and this is kind of a low pass and this is the high pass, and it's just going to allow the lower frequencies to duck the compressor. It's just a very useful thing if you really look at it. It's not hard to use. can get some very chaotic effects with this just alone, the drums. So it's interesting to play around with it. It works as a regular compressor for regular stuff, but it does so much more. It adds a lot of saturation and distortion, and you really have to check the manual for a few things, like this optical macro, because you can get a bit fooled by the option, but it's just a macro. Then if you never work with a compressor, you have to first understand how a compressor works. I'm not going to do a full video on how compressor works, because there are a lot of videos around the net. I just wanted to check how I could manipulate the sound to get some nice saturation and warm with just the compressor alone, because it really does a nice job. And since you can do the dry and wet here, you can mix just a bit of the effect if you want. Oh, this is nice. This is very nice. This is so chaotic, but it's nice. It's fun to play around with it. And as I was saying, the Moto Drum, well, we have a lot of options in here. It's not just a set of drum sounds that you can load. It goes very, very beyond that. And I'm really impressed with the work they have done, the interface, and everything else. Where's the ride? Ah, here. Crash. And my compressor is still on. That's why it's making all this crazy sound. So let's play again. But instead I'm going to use the classic clipper. That adds a very nice saturation to the sound. Okay, this is a bit much. Let's reduce it a bit. Ah, this is destroying the sound. I like that. That's very nice. So the next step now is to add some bass. And it's already adding a lot of saturation because I have put the clipper here. Well, actually not. Huh. It's not passing through the clipper. What's going on here? Okay, I don't know what's going on, but I can hear the... See? It's because personas, when you activated the... how to call this? The monitor, it adds a lower latency by creating a copy of all the plugins in the signal path and tries to pass directly, so it's less latency comparing to not having the lower latency on. But this has a nice sound. It's just missing a bit of bass, so let's see where we can adjust that. We have some pedals in here. The equalizer. Okay, I'm not hearing anything. Is this on? I think this is not on. But I can't hear that. Oh, now it's on. Okay. Now I mess it up. Let's see if you Control click fix it. Yeah, I did fix it. Okay, the saturation is too much. It's destroying the bass. Okay, now this sounds much better. And of course I can change, as with the Moto Drum, I can change the bass models and anything I want I can change here. That's fun. Okay, let's check the strings. That's a lot of stuff to change. I'm just playing with my hands, so it's a bit off tempo, just to really check things out. Oh, I can change the type of circuit. That's nice. And the amp, of course. We have other options like it's nice that they have put a reverb in here because that would destroy the bass. You know, the delay is not so bad, but usually don't put a delay on. Let's turn off the compressor in here, and I'm going to use this saturation a bit again. funny thing, the saturation really changes a lot of the bass sound. So it's really not the best idea to put this on the end of the chain. Instead, I'm going to try to use the compressor and see if you can get a good sound of it. Yeah, I like that. So that's a very nice sound, actually. Usually I could just play along with the drums, but I'm a bit rusty. That's too fast. So it is syncing. No, now it's syncing. Sync to DAW. Yes, sync to DAW. Okay. So I could just get something a bit more. Good chorus. I don't know. Casa Blanca. Yeah, my playing skills are not very good today, but we get the idea. I just want to show this because I really like these two products. Those I got as an exchange with another user, so I didn't get from IQ directly, and it is paid for. I just didn't, get sponsored for this, just the compressor stuff. But I want to show because I was really impressed because it was a long time since I have checked some IQ products. We have a very nice relationship back from the Wusik Sound magazine days. And I also think they are very nice people. They always talk to me and give me attention. Because I'm not just a developer, I'm also a musician. And I'm working on some different types of music to which I don't have all the plugins that I need. So it was a nice thing to get this exchange with another user for these particular two plugins, the Moto Drum and the Modo Bass. And the compressor was just really a bonus to get from IQ, and I'm really liking it. I'm using more for getting a bit of saturation and a different type of character on a compressor compared to, let's say, waves or things like an analog obsession. So okay, this video is a bit longer and a lot of the video is me mumbling out about these plugins, but I just want to showcase those, and I hope you guys enjoy it. If not, let me know. Just some unscripted videos for me talking honestly about products other than my own products, because we as musicians always use a lot of stuff, so it's nice to check out what others are doing. And since my latest albums are being very different and using different techniques and different type of genres, so it's nice to have this kind of options. Okay, I will shut up now. Thanks for watching.